Peter. There we go. And we're live. Hello, people. Hey, Scotsman. BG's going to be along in 2 seconds. And we're...
Let's pull up the stream. Oh, God.
I should pull up the stream so I can see chat on time, but I'll do that here in a minute. I'm putting lotion in my beard, or what's this called? Beard balm. Yeah. I trimmed it. It's all nice. And now I'm oiling it.
Yeah, I've heard beard oil's good.
It's like really gotten like nice, soft, and nice since I started using it.
Yeah, it stops from being all spiky and itchy.
Yeah. So now I have 3 different products I use in the bathroom. I use Old Spice body wash, then a beard shampoo, and then Head and Shoulders for my hair.
Jemima, there's a big hole in my shower curtain. Jemima, do you have any idea how it got there?
What's up, Trucker?
Hello, Trucker.
No, you don't know how it got there? All right.
I have a question. Did she piss on the shower curtain?
No, she just put a big hole in it.
What do you want, Kat?
Getting any?
Of course you want to. Oh, we stopped by the one cousin that is taking mom to her doctor's appointment on the 7th, and brought cake and ice cream with us. And their cat, which normally doesn't come out, actually came out and had me pet her.
Aww.
Animals usually like me. Well, except for the 3 times in my life I've been bitten by 3 different dogs. But one was a Rottweiler that I was dumb and too close to its food. The Chow Chow was not my fault for some reason. Hey, Box. For some reason, like, I was playing with her and she got like a little too rough and decided my hiney was a chew toy. And then the last one, I'm not sure how you qualify whose fault it was, the dog's or mine, but it needed a bath. It didn't want to take a bath, and it took a chunk out of my thumb. Little tiny fucking thing. Why are you yelling? I'm betting you can't be heard either.
I heard her. She goes, meh. It was so cute.
Yes, she is. Yeah, they got one of those fluffy mancoons. Like, the thing has the longest hair ever. And then they have like an orange cat that also, I think they got that one. It was one of the feral cats that decided to come in. I didn't see any of their feral kittens. They must have left an area. Which I kind of feel bad for the ferals around there because they put food out for them, which is kind of a dumb idea, but they can do it, whatever. But they're fixing to move since the house is too big. Had fun at the beach. I found an actual complete clam. Well, the clam's not included, but the shell.
Yeah, hello, Em.
Hey, Em.
Hey, Jemima.
You have the link via Facebook.
Yeah, she says she's going to join after she's made coffee.
I was talking to Mom. That whole mask. I'm like, please tell me that someone's not stupid enough to want people to wear masks while swimming, because that's what waterboarding is basically.
Yeah, I asked that question and they said no. You don't have to wear a mask. If you don't have to wear a mask if you're exercising up here, anyways.
The only rules at the beach is you have to have it while inside the building.
I think in gyms over here you have to use hand sanitizer once before you leave, then after you leave. Then you also have to clean the stuff, but then that cleaning the stuff's normal practice anyway that you should be doing. So.
Yeah, you should always wipe down your equipment. I got my. I know as soon as Mom wakes up, she's going to have me clean, which the house kind of needs it.
Oh my god, how many kinds of popcorn do they have?
See, I've only heard of like 3 kinds: buttered, solid, and sugars.
Oh, that's fine, trucker. Oh, you're at a laundromat. Miss the old laundromat I used to go to that had a. Well, they swapped out the pinball table, but they actually had Shack Attack, the pinball table, in there at one point, which was fun.
Jemima. God,
That-
you're terrible.
That's on my wish list, like an old-fashioned pinball table or one of the arcade cabinets with the pistols. But those are expensive. I said this the other day, like that laundromat also had one of the arcade cabinets with a pistol, which I can't remember which one it was at this point. But I spent more in that arcade cabinet than we did on laundry.
Not surprised.
Yeah, usually we have to go to the laundromat to do comforters and my my onesies. Those can't be washed here because, well, I don't think those would dry very well on the line.
Probably not.
Oh, A lost one of the inner tubes yesterday and almost drowned on her birthday because she went out. She accidentally floated out past the buoys and then fell off the inner tube.
Oh no.
And she also got freaked out because just past the just past the buoys is just seaweed. So yeah, I've experienced this. You go too deep, it just feels like things are grabbing your legs.
I think the lesson learned there is don't go too deep then.
Yeah. Do you really want the salad bowl? Why are you sniffing at it? Oh, and then she saw some floating debris in the water, thought it was a snake, so she freaked out.
Oh no.
It doesn't help that I kept telling it's trash, it's trash. It's a highly venomous snake. It's trash, it's trash. Although I did pull garbage out of the lake when I dived down to look for shells and beautiful rocks. I found a beer can. Humans are disgusting.
Humans can be, yes.
Yeah, humans suck.
Shit. Okay, I'm gonna have to actually go to the store today. Damn it. I don't want to go out.
Yeah, it's too warm.
No, I don't want to go out. I'm a pretty princess that doesn't want to have to use my own legs to go places.
Apparently the high is 84 degrees today. That's not bad. It's hotter than I like it, but it's not bad. And around you, yes, I would absolutely hate going out. Around me, it's fine. I can walk around all I want without being bothered.
I just gotta remember to bring my mask. Can't take a bus with that one. Can't get into Walmart with that one. I take it off the minute I'm outside because it's gonna be 32 again today and it's just too hot.
Nope, I'm going to hold you. You want attention?
At least inside the store there's AC, so it's not too bad.
Oh, I remember as a kid going to Walmart just to walk around just because it was way too hot.
Yep.
Let's go with the cold though.
A lot of people, especially poor people that can't afford air conditioning, when it got really hot, would go to the malls so that they could stay out of the heat. And that was a regular practice up here.
There's no meat in that salad anymore. Cat's trying to eat my leftovers. Oh, winter's fine. All you have to do is just throw on another blanket.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like minus 40, but I can survive it better than the heat. I guess I'm used to it.
Well, you just need to wear 6 layers of clothes and I guess you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, your face still kind of freezes and, sometimes it penetrates your 5 layers of clothing and gets to your fingers and your toes. My legs, if they feel too much cold, they hurt to the touch because my nerves just go insane.
Oh, I have the problem where if my feet get cold, there is no warming them back up.
Yeah, same. If my upper legs get cold, they turn pink, and then to the touch, they hurt to the touch. So, any touch, clothing touching it, bending my legs so that my skin is stretching it, but any kind of touch, it's like it's on fire. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that doesn't sound healthy.
Well, it's nerve problems. So if they get too cold, they hurt. So I gotta be really careful with my legs. So sometimes I wear snow pants. A grown up, and I go to the store to get something, and I'm in snow pants.
Well, it's better than having your legs fall off.
This year I'm gonna get a heated sweater.
Oh, those are nice.
It's better than having your legs fall off.
Yeah. My son really likes sledding down hills, so this year I'm gonna toughen up and I'm gonna get a battery-operated heated sweater.
I didn't even know they existed.
They do. You can even get heated socks, heated gloves, heated snow pants, heated jackets, heated hats.
I want to look into not only getting like a heated sweater, but getting one of those cooling vests that like cosplayers wear underneath their outfit for the summer. They're like $80.
My best friend in winter is a thermos. Keeps my hot coffee so that my inners can have a hug. I usually make mochas, so I'll mix it with hot coffee and hot chocolate.
That's what I have all the time, just mocha.
Mochas are so good. In the winter, it's like getting a hug on the inside. And then I got my scarf, and I usually wear double mittens. I wear like those really thin gloves, and then I put on the big gloves. So I have 2 sets of mittens. And I got my toque. And then I got my long johns, and then my pants, and then my snow pants. But this year, heated sweater, and I'm going to get a new heated blanket too. So at nighttime, I'm toasty.
Winter is the time that I'm like, I need another
Fourth
dog.
floor, it gets really warm in the winter, but I still use a space heater to keep it super hot. My mom's like, it's way too hot in here, and I'm like, oh, it's perfect.
See, I'm one of those people like I to sleep in like a cold room because I like my covers to at least have an effect. If that makes sense. Like if the room's too hot, then I feel the need to have a cover, but I can't sleep without the cover on. If that makes sense.
Yeah, in the summer I have to wear a blanket too, or I get cold. Matter of fact, sometimes having the AC on at night makes me super cold.
It's nothing to do with being cold. It's just the fact that I just like having it on for some weird reason.
It makes me super cold. I have heavy comforters. I got a duvet, and I got a thick comforter that I wear all the time. Because kidney failure makes you cold, ladies and gentlemen. It makes you cold even in plus 30 weather sometimes. I used to be so hot in the summer I would die. And now, thanks to kidney failure, not so much. So when my son's not here, the AC is off, so I don't get too cold. And when my son is here, I turn the AC on overnight so it gets nice and cool for the day, and it doesn't have to work as hard. And I just deal with being super cold by putting 2 blankies on. Sometimes I sleep in my sweater.
I can't sleep in a shirt.
When I first started doing it, it was hard because my sweater would get caught up in stuff, but now I'm okay. So, as Green was saying earlier, today in Congress, Bill Barr is testifying, and apparently the House are being savage about it, which
Yeah, I
Dems
think it
are
was
always
yesterday.
savage in Congress. But
Yeah, so what's going on? Because I haven't really been keeping up with that.
They
Well-
say they're questioning Bill Barr, but really they're just shouting at him. And then if he tries to answer the question, they say shut up.
No, but what's Bill Barr done though? I don't-
Well, Bill Barr is the Attorney General, and he works at the pleasure of Trump. And so they're basically not happy with him because he sided with Trump on a lot of things. So they've turned it, instead of it being about the law, about it being about politics constantly. And so they're like, Bill Barr, why didn't you join a protest on the state level? And he's like, well, because I'm fucking federal. And they're like, it's our time to talk, not yours, because you have so many minutes to speak, and then you change to who's talking depending on, and so they're just being savage about it, and he's just keeping his cool as usual and testifying to them in Congress, and they're just making asses of themselves as usual. Bill Barr is like, he has had such an amazing career. Like, he's done. He's retiring after this. He's had a really good career, a really good run. He's had a good life in law. He's done his job, and so he didn't even need this. Like, he didn't need to end his career off on a bad note. But he said, somebody had to go in there and make sure they upheld the law without any kind of politics. And so he's like, dude, I'm at the end of my career. I'm done anyways. So I'll go and do it so that a young guy doesn't have to start off his career in the Shark Tank, which I thought was really honorable.
It's still funny to me how anyone can see that. And on Twitter, they're like, yes, she kicked his ass. Like,
I mean, by the sounds of it, he could have easily just not bothered. He could have just went, fuck it, I'm gone in a few months anyway, may as well just not bother.
That's exactly correct. But
that's what I would have done.
He cares about the upholding the law. He cares about his country. He believes in what he does. And so he's like, I've already had my career. Fuck it. If I can't take it because I'm not trying to get anywhere anymore. So you know what? I'm the perfect candidate to be doing this. Because I have really nothing to gain and nothing to lose. And I thought that was really noble of him. He doesn't need all of this crap. He's old. He doesn't need all of this garbage. And yet he's there on the front lines trying to bridge between the Dems and the Republicans, and trying to uphold at least some kind of law and order. But it's on the federal terms, not on the state terms. And it seems like these new congresswomen and a lot of these House representatives that were elected that are young, they just don't seem to understand that Barr is not responsible for everything. He's federal. Which means if there's something going on with the state, that's the fucking state's problem. That's not his problem. They really don't like him because he's the one that's investigating why they investigated Trump with the Russia thing.
Hello, Crappy.
Hey. So yeah, he's investigating kind of what they did to Trump. Kind of if it was legal or not, if they overstepped their bounds or not. And so they don't like him because he's trying to uncover their little secrets.
Yeah.
And he's doing it in a non-biased fashion. So if he doesn't find anything, he'll say, I didn't find anything. But if he does find something, watch out, because he will go right for the throat. I love A.G. Barr. He keeps his cool. He keeps collected, but he doesn't take no one's shit. And you can tell that he's super confident and he's super intelligent and he's very noble. And he is way above all of this nonsense. And yet, he's still there. And I love that about him.
I know at this point I would have already said to that federal building that they keep trying to burn down. But said, yeah, we should just evacuate it. Fuck it, let them burn the building. Just make sure no one's in there to get hurt. And let's see the news organizations call that a peaceful protest.
Well, the problem is that the citizens that are getting caught in the crossfire need someone to defend them, and they have no one. And so the Dems have set up this trap because Trump's electability went way down because of the Rona. Because the middle, the centrists, as they say, Elon Musk said, the left is losing the middle. And the thing is that the middle, okay, these centrists, these people that go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed, they see maybe 20 minutes of the news, maybe 30 minutes of the news. They don't spend all day on the internet. They don't spend all day in politics. So they only get these little snapshots. And then suddenly they couldn't go to work. And then suddenly they couldn't go out. And then suddenly people are burning down their city and nothing is happening. And so they're going, wait a minute. I don't know anything about the politics of the left or the right. I don't care. I'm just an average Joe centrist who wants the safety of my family, my home, my city to be okay. And so now here's the problem. If Trump does nothing, these centrists are going to be like, you didn't help us. If Trump goes in with the feds, he could say he solved the problem. But there's also another risk to that. If one federal officer, if just one of the 50,000 he sent in misfires, if one of their guns misfire and goes off where it shouldn't have, it'll be Trump's fault and he will not be reelected. But if the feds successfully solve the problem that the states have lined up to make him look bad, then he will be reelected. The centrists will flow to him because they just want law and order. So Trump needs to focus on the Dems are making things unsafe. And so Trump actually just put out a vote ad, a vote for him ad. And in the front view, you see an old lady calling 911, and then you hear somebody in the background going, they're making cuts to even try to cut the police from 911 services. And as the guy is saying this, you hear them go, we're sorry, nobody is available to take your call. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And it's an old lady shaking, trying to get somebody, anybody on the phone calling 911, and there's just nobody there. And the statement is, you vote for Dems, you're not going to be safe. And then the ad ends. And I went, that is how you get reelected. Screw this left versus right thing. Screw this transgender stuff, this gay stuff, this race stuff, because the centrists aren't paying attention. They go to work, they feed their families, they come home. The centrists, the ones that don't pay attention to the news all day, they're not listening. But you know what they see? They see their cities burning. So Trump has an opportunity to either go in and save the day or to lose everything. And so it's almost like a double or nothing round right now.
So I think he'll win, but I don't think it'll be a whitewash.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a whitewash either, but it will ultimately depend on if he can bring back law and order or not, because all the centrists want is to be safe. People do want law and order. They want to feel safe where they live. And right now they don't. And so if Trump can go in and bring that back with sending in feds, okay, if something goes wrong, he's screwed. And it's an ultimatum choice. This could be turned on the drop of a dime for Trump. He has to be very careful in what he does going forward.
Hey, Phantom.
He also has to make sure he doesn't act like a fascist and say, states, you have to do.
Yeah, because if he was to act like a fascist like that, I think it would violate Amendment 10, I think.
It's not about whether he violates Amendment 10 or he violates Amendment this or that. It doesn't matter. It's how is he going to look to the centrists? How does he look? And so if he looks like he's trying to take control by bringing on national things, he's sunk. If he looks like he's not trying to take power, but he's trying to provide law and order and safety to all of his citizens, he will win. It's about the look. It's not about what he violates or what he doesn't violate. Every president violates some constitutional law. Every president does a lot of stupid shit they shouldn't do. But Trump right now is, as always, is in the spotlight. So how he looks to the centrists is going to be whether he wins them over or not. Because the centrists right now are looking at the leftists and going, dude, we don't feel safe anymore. You're defunding the police. They're now going to try and remove the police from 911 services. They've actually brought that forward as a proposal. I think it's in Seattle or Minneapolis. I can't remember which state it is. But one of the states is actually calling to remove them from 911 services.
Like what, the entire emergency services, so like ambulances and...
Yes, 911. You call 911, and if they have to send cops, they're trying to remove the cops from 911 services. And so Trump's brought that to the forefront. And so it's all about, if you vote for the Dems, you may lose your personal safety. And so it's going to be very, very careful. He has to be very careful how he looks.
I also think he should get the fuck off Twitter sometimes as well. Like, he should like,
Oh yeah, these people
actually do something instead of tweeting about it.
Oh, that
Honestly,
was one thing
right
that
now, it doesn't matter.
from the bit I saw, like Bill Barr said, I don't stay on Twitter seeing everything the president tweets. I have a job to do. And
Yeah.
they're like, why don't you? Like, so you think your job is Twitter?
For a lot of these centrists and a lot of these people, working class people with families, they're not on Twitter. They're not looking at politics 24/7. How do you win them over? Don't join the political war of leftism. You win them over by saying, hey, you want to go back to work? Vote for us. You want to feel safe? Work for us. Vote for us. And that will win the centrists more than picking up any of the ideological battles right now.
All right. So, Phantom, what are you up to?
Right now, I'm just making sure that my aunt's new dog doesn't beat the shit out of my dog, because that dog is crazy.
Doesn't she usually get like small dogs?
Yeah, well, she got like I would say it's a young dog. It's about 4-ish, 4 or 5.
That's
That's not bad.
It's like fairly young. So it's really energetic, and it's essentially putting a child with an elderly person, because she's constantly trying to get my dog to do stuff, and my dog just ain't having it.
Okay, yeah, I
Sounds
definitely
about
agree with Sockbat right there. Trump has said some stupid things. But how old is your dog now? I know it was it 14, 15?
I think
Hey,
she's about
Sockbat.
13 right now.
Also, yeah, hey, Sockbat.
Yeah, Trump really knows how to like pander to the groups and stuff to get by on everything. Then when he has what he wants, he like fucks with shit.
Oh, he's a grade A troll. He's legitimately misspelled things just so people talk about his tweet.
that wouldn't actually surprise me that he would actually do that.
Well, it's kind of like George Bush, like how they portray him as an idiot. Where George Bush said, well, I'd rather be portrayed as an idiot. That way, if I fuck up, it's not that much of a surprise.
You're talking about George W. Bush?
Yeah, the second one.
Oh yeah.
That dude straight up looked like a monkey.
What do you mean by COVID-19 denialism? Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's a pretty strong accusation. I'm just curious where you're going with COVID-19 denialism. Why you would say denialism? Like, are you assuming that the GOP is denying COVID-19, kind of like denying how serious it is? Denying that it exists? Like, what are you trying to kind of accuse them of? The Republican Party becoming the party of alternative medicine was not on my 2020 bingo card. Well, what do you mean by alternative medicine?
I think he's talking about like the
Hydrochloroquine?
yeah.
Well, hydrochloroquine, the scientific studies that say that it's bad were thrown out. Like, they were taken out and thrown out because they were non-legit. There are various studies for and against it. And I mean, it's rare that science even comes to a consensus, because it's always kind of there going, is it though? Is it? And so hydrochloroquine, I mean, there is a lot of anecdotal evidence about it. A bunch of doctors and lab coats, which checks off all the leftist, you should listen to these people ticks, because their experts in lab coats came and testified and said, you know, we're using hydrochloroquine. It works in the early stages of COVID, but only in the early stages. And it also works to prevent you from getting it. Our staff has never lost a patient to COVID. And they came in and testified, and the left said, oh, they just politicized it, which is exactly what the left has done. So I'm just curious as to what you mean by alternative medicine. Anti-vax masks will kill you. COVID-19 is a hoax. Okay, the Republicans did not say COVID-19 was a hoax. That didn't happen.
What Trump said was the reporting of COVID-19 is a hoax, not the COVID-19 itself.
Yeah, he never said COVID-19 itself was a hoax. He said the way the news was spreading fear, a lot of that was a hoax. He didn't say COVID was a hoax. Matter of fact, in recent days, he said, please wear a mask, even though when you buy a lot of these cloth masks, the CDC has said, like, these masks don't do shit. And if you go and buy a cloth mask in America right now, not so much in Canada, but in America, it'll say, it has a disclaimer that says this does not stop the spread of viruses. This does not really do much. It does a little bit, but it doesn't do much. Not intended to stop a spread of virus. This is a cloth mask, not an N95 or whatever it's called mask.
Yeah, the N95.
Yeah. So don't say that we
Cloth
said
masks are more for smoke, not viruses.
Yeah. Oh, they said, sorry, PPE. This is not a proper PPE mask. Even though they say wear a cloth mask if you need to, they say this is not a proper PPE mask. So, disclaimer, we don't really stop the spread, but here you go. And that disclaimer is there because the CDC has mixed results about whether cloth masks work. The science is still very mixed on that, which science in itself is usually very mixed on things for a very long time. But there is no definitive answer on it, on whether masks are actually going to help or not. So,
yeah, well, I think if a cloth mask is all you have, it's better than nothing, but I would suggest washing them regularly.
Yeah.
You know, just in case.
Sockpat says, you've never had conversations with conservatives who really do believe COVID-19 is a hoax. No, I haven't. But I am banned off of Twitter. But I don't care about the daily conservatives that are arguing this. I care about the policymakers. That's really all I care about. I mean, Trump has conceded to wear a mask.
The cloth masks don't do anything. That's why I settle on this mask.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love this mask.
Yeah, my aunt made like freaking bundles of masks with like filters, cloth, and all that kind of shit, and handed them to like literally everyone in town.
She's
I
doing
have a
good.
sock. I have a sock mask that I put on when I go into Walmart, and I put on when I get on the bus. And then after that, it stays off. Because I think that's the responsible thing to do. Although, I do have to say, these super wear a mask people are driving me up the fucking wall. They call me an anti-masker, okay? Which I'm not an anti-masker. I think wear a mask and socially distance when appropriate. And I believe that people are responsible to gauge when that is appropriate. Well, most people anyway.
Yeah.
But my son is a nonverbal autistic, but he's 7. And so he doesn't wear a mask because sometimes it's hard to get him to wear freaking clothes, let alone a freaking mask, right? And people will actually be like whispering comments that I can fucking hear because I'm blind about, oh, she's an anti-masker, or oh, that kid should be wearing a mask, you know, COVID, like lazy, selfish, this and that. And I'm like, hey, autism, bud. Autism. He's exempt from the mask thing. But they go right to these conclusions of, you're not wearing a mask, socially ridicule. And I'm like, he's a kid. Leave him alone. And I've had to face this multiple times now, and I'm just so sick of these people going, masks, wear the mask, wear the fucking mask. If you don't wear the mask socially,
I would have already straight up turned around and go, okay, dick shit. You get the kid to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
I think the thing what is as well is like a lot of people have like been pretty much brainwashed to believe that if you don't social distance or wear a mask in any capacity, you will kill somebody. Like it's stupid, but there we are.
Oh, I'm scared to death. Like with my stepfather having pneumonia, and with his bad health.
Of all places. Well, on Facebook, people will then say, well, if your son can't wear a mask, then just stay home. And I'm like, that is not reasonable. I don't have people around me to just go and get the things I need for me and deliver them to me. I don't have that. Mind your own fucking business, you stooge.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna like imprison yourself in your own home just because they don't want to like risk anything. It's not your fault. So why should you like lock yourself away?
Well, they're saying that for severe asthmatics too, because some people in the extreme heat, severe asthmatics can't wear the mask when it's like 35 degrees with plus whatever the fuck humidity. They can't wear it. And they're like, well, then stay home. And it's like, so because they have asthma, they can't go out and do the things they need to do.
Last I checked, quarantine is for the people who have the virus. When a bunch of people came out with leprosy, we didn't move the entire population to an island. We moved the lepers to their own island.
Yeah.
So this is why
people don't understand that.
This is why I don't think things like masks should be mandatory. Stop things like this happening.
They should be like strongly suggested, but not mandatory. That just seems a little too over.
Well, I mean, if private businesses want to do it, feel free. I will respect that.
I'm talking about the government making it mandatory.
Well, I mean, the government has to make it mandatory for things like buses. And buses, I agree with. You know, if you're you can't really social distance on a crowded bus. That's not really a thing you can do. So if they're going to say, okay, on a bus, inside a building, you wear a mask, okay, fine. I don't think it's going to help as much as you think, but you know what? That is the least I can do to make grandma feel safe. Fine. If I'm outside taking a jog, which I'm not going to do because I'm lazy, but if I'm outside taking a jog, I ain't going to wear a mask because it's not going to be a drive-by COVIDing. You know, if you're in your car, leave me alone. If you're outside, leave them alone. If they're in an enclosed space, fine. And I think people are reasonable and responsible enough to be able to handle going, okay, I'm going to be in an enclosed space, I'm going to wear a mask. I'm going to be outside, I'm not going to wear a mask. You know, I'm going to be swimming, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to be sitting at a bench, I will wear a mask. You know, like, I think people are responsible enough to make that call. Some aren't. And those people
I just got like the
jerks.
funniest vision of like when you said drive-by COVID, it was just someone riding up in a car, rolling down the window, coughing on you, and then driving away.
Well, I mean, some people are wearing masks inside their cars, and that's exactly what I picture. I'm like, what are you worried about? Drive-by COVID?
See, if it's
Drive-by
taxi drivers, if it's taxi drivers, I can understand it. Like your own car, why?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
But
affect
like
other
public-based things like taxis and buses, like I can understand masks. Inside stores, some of them are limiting how many people can go in, so they can more distance themselves instead of being too crowded inside.
Yep.
So, like
Taxis.
all of these people are going through like different extremes of all sorts of ideas to keep
Yeah,
this
like-
stuff going.
Taxis here, the rule is nobody in the front seat. There's a plastic separator between the front and the back seat, and everybody must wear a mask.
I thought no one in the front seat was like a common rule already.
No, sometimes there's 3 or 4 people getting in the taxi because, you know, you got a family where it's 2 parents and grandma and a kid, and so sometimes you have to get in the front seat. Generally, you don't get in the front, but every once in a while there's a need for the front seat, and right now that's just not happening.
Yeah.
Old people sometimes like to sit in the front seat as well. So if
I think it's because the front seat like adjusts, so they can like adjust it better for them.
Yep. And sometimes the taxi guy has to help them get in, and they want to see where they're going, and you know, they're very nervous about things, and they don't trust people, and they like sitting in the front seat. They're old, and it's like, why stop them? Go for it, have fun.
Also, they can
so
have like better
don't really
direct
stop
to the
you.
air conditioner.
Yeah, hello, Soki.
Hey, Saki.
Hey,
Wow,
Saki.
we got a Saki and a Sock back.
Hey.
They're together.
Me and Sockbat part ways on certain things. He knows that. Right, Sockbat? Right?
Oh, yeah, there was that couple who straight up wore a Nazi flag as a mask, which, like, you guys are morons.
Right.
They can't get their ass beat.
Well,
Hey, Em, are you here now?
hi, Emma, if you're here.
Okay, I'm seriously thinking about switching this over to a OBS and a slideshow instead of using StreamYards.
Hello. Oh, there we go. Now I can
Hello.
hear you guys. Man, sorry. That took a couple tries.
Oh, they were flipping Okay, yeah, they definitely should have gotten their asses beat. Just a little.
Yeah.
We don't call for violence directly, just a little. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I love them bitching about the quote-unquote protesters blocking highways and then getting ran the fuck over. You know it doesn't count as a protest anymore when you start blocking traffic?
Pretty much.
Right.
Okay, what do you want?
Hi, kitten. Well, not really a kitten, but hi, risky, right?
Yeah, this one's risky. Dodge stays on the table, unless he's eating or using
I'm
the word
starting to
box.
know the meow, the little so adorable.
I think I still have that plugged in faced at me. Oh, it's not faced to where you can see her, and I can't reach it to rotate it. Here, risky. Look at the camera.
Aw. Hi, kitty. And hi, Green.
Hello. She's not happy being held,
No.
but she likes
By
her
the
pet.
way, Sockbat, the plan kind of got ironed out, but I don't know if you're okay with it. Sunday, I got to be in Armpar by 10, and then it's a 10 to 2 birthday. Is that okay?
Okay, sock puppet. How does that remind you it's lunchtime? Are you an Asian sock puppet?
I mean, technically, it is when Cryptic's controlling him.
Whose hand is up your ass?
Speaking of lunch, I need to go check on my dinner, so I'm gonna hop off here, guys.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Sockbat.
Hopefully, I
Jack's gonna
didn't
be
burn
driven in.
anything.
All right, Jack's gonna be driven in by Pat, but it'll be me and possibly Mother. We're gonna have pizza and ice cream, and then we're gonna go to
Yay.
the beach.
Yay.
See, Sockbat is such a good brother, guys. Seriously,
Yeah.
Sockbat is like the best older brother.
Aw.
Tomorrow, my son turns 7. I feel old.
Aw.
I feel so old.
Isn't chow mein chicken?
Yes. Well, you can get chicken chow mein and pork chow mein and lamb chow mein. I think there might be a Canadian twist to it, but it's usually chicken chow mein.
How much of that is actually Chinese food? Actually invented in China.
Most of it, I think. You know what? It's chicken chow meow if it's in China.
Is that really what they call it? Chicken chow meow?
They should.
Yeah, chicken chow meow because there's cat in it.
I like the. I need to find that image. There's a billboard for a Chinese restaurant, and underneath it, it says, "We don't see your cat. Stop asking."
You know, when people can have a sense of humor like that, I love it. Because you gotta have a sense of humor, even if it's a little racist. Stereotypes are there.
Hey, Cryptic.
Cryptic! Speaking of chicken chow meow.
Yeah, we talk about eating cats and Cryptic appears. Don't degrade my food, jerk.
Cryptic has such a great sense of humor, guys. He is so great.
I agree.
Cryptic is one of the best people I've ever met
Aw.
or talked to.
Aw.
Cryptic is really a really nice guy. Ladies, you should know Cryptic is a really good guy. Best bachelor on planet Earth.
I will eat your pets if extra soy sauce.
He really would. It's funny until he does it. Come here, you little shit. Die. By the way, Sockbat, this whole obsession still with Stardew Valley, this is all your fault.
Oh, are you playing that on? Well, I can't criticize
Payback,
that.
bitch. Payback,
I know.
bitch.
I've stopped that. I don't play it on your stream anymore.
Okay, well, this will be the last time I play it on your stream then. I can at least focus on what I'm talking about while playing video games.
I can't focus at all. Shoot, I forgot. I forget what I'm doing in the video game sometimes. Which is why I default to one task, like go mining.
Yeah, I'm in the Skull Cavern right now.
I don't know if I've unlocked that or not on my single player. I think I have, and all I have to do is like the fish.
Yeah, he says he's glad you still like your. He said he's glad you still like your birthday present.
Oh god, yes, I've been playing it non-stop since April 19th, 2020. I've gotten Green Thunder to play with me. I've gotten Arms Killer, but he hasn't played ever since. I got
Arms
Peter,
Killer
but
didn't like it.
Cryptic has played with us because he's super cool.
Which means right after
here.
in about 4 minutes, you're going to have to stop your single player and load up the co-op. And
Yeah!
hopefully,
I love it.
Steam won't be too much of a dick.
I know, right? Seriously, this Stardew Valley obsession is all Sockbat's fault.
Actually, is Sockbat also a puppet, or is it just Socky that's a puppet?
Just Socket, that's a puppet. Sockbat, I believe, is a play on a character from Drawn Together.
Oh, hey, look, the last 4 minutes of the stream, that the bot shows up.
That just seems like a regular occurrence.
I actually kind of like that. It's just like, oh, by the way, on the way out, there's a chip door.
Yeah, get Green his Nerf gun. I think your goal is still to get a Nerf gun, isn't it?
Pellet rifle. Or it's pellet / BB rifle. It's the pump style BB rifle. Basically, I want to get the money to replace the one that I had for like 10 years, and then one day the thing just I wouldn't say exploded, it just fell apart. Like in one of the cousin's hands, he went to shoot it, and it just fell apart. That sucked.
Oh shit. It's the first day of spring. Oh, why? It's so hard the first day of spring. It's so hard.
On my single player, I need to make sure to get 10 of every seed and then mow down what's in the greenhouse to reorganize it. Because there's like, I know there's like 2 different spots where there's ancient fruit, and then they're just scattered around this, that, and the other seed. I still need to mine enough iridium to make one last sprinkler.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Oh,
iridium is so hard to mine at the start, and then afterwards it gets super easy.
Actually,
Wait,
I think
what?
Socky's up here with himself in chat. Because it's Socky and Sucky the real.
They show up as both Saki the real for me, but two different avatars. What? This.
Wow, there's two Sakis? That is way too much Saki than we can handle, man.
Oh, one Socky, one Sucky.
Oh,
Doesn't matter.
There's
There's
a different-
way too much Saki here. Dude. We can only handle one of you, man. Like, seriously, that is way too many of you. Please stop. You're making me nervous.
Oh shit, there's another one.
oh, why?
Dark Socky.
Siri, why did you start up? I said Saki, not Siri.
They're multiplying. Is Saki a Mogwai?
I don't know. What the hell is a
Someone got what?
Mogwai?
Have you seen Gremlins?
No, I don't think so.
Mogwai is the what Gizmo is in Gremlins, the little fuzzy ball creature that you can't get them wet, you can't feed them after midnight. But yeah, you get them wet, they multiply. You feed them after midnight, they turn into Gremlins. So
Oh. Really? Like, I've heard a lot of the Gremlins enough to, like, keep up with some of the pop culture, but I've never actually seen Gremlins.
there's okay. I need to find Gremlins 1 and 2 and do a streaming of it.
There you go.
In the second one, they actually make fun of the whole feeding after midnight thing, and they actually make fun of their own rules, which is hilarious. So it's not really a horror; it's more of a comedy movie, but it's like that horror comedy drama.
Oh. Okay, kind of like Leprechaun. Or it's kinda horror
Leprechaun is
comedy.
hilarious. I forget how many damn leprechauns there are, but it eventually gets ridiculous. A leprechaun in space.
I never thought Leprechaun was hilarious. It was gross.
Pretty much.
Just ew. But I couldn't handle horror movies, although I can handle them now because I can't see them, so they don't scare me or make me sick.
I haven't
or
seen
gore.
I haven't seen Leprechaun in the Hood. I've seen Leprechaun Back to the Hood. There's a few franchises that, like the first and second one, go great for a few, and then they just go downhill into ridiculousness, and then go way too long. And then Leprechaun does it, and then also Hellraiser goes into ridiculousness. Hellraiser also goes to space. I think that one's Bloodline. The whole lore behind Hellraiser is interesting. Basically, dude makes box because he's a toy maker, and just the guy asks him to make a box that does this, and the dude does some dark magic and makes it open portal to hell, which is all fine when up until like the demon will basically do what you want, as long as if the demon wants to do something, you don't get in its way.
YouTube is useless. Why am I only getting the notification that you're live now? Stupid YouTube.
Oh, Saki put Wikipedia for Leprechaun.
Ugh. Horror movies used to give me bad nightmares, and the gore used to make me sick. Now that I'm blind, not so much, but yeah.
Oh, Cenobites in Hellraiser. Yeah, the Cenobites get ridiculous too. Just stupid. They, which. Oh. Freaking 10 films of Hellraiser.
Really?
That's similar. Well, not similar, but there's a thing with Land Before Time that they keep. I think I've seen up to 5 when I was a kid, and now they have like 14. Like, they just went ridiculous with that.
Yeah, it's a bit like Fast and Furious, really, isn't it?
Yep.
I think Pirates of the Caribbean is another one with too many sequels.
And I think what killed it is when Johnny Depp, well, it was probably going downhill, but Johnny Depp not being on one of them because he got canceled, and then they found out, oh wait, what they was being said was a lie. Uncancel him.
You can't cancel Johnny Depp's character.
No.
Especially since a bunch of kids loved his character.
Oh, I think it sucks that I can't do a screening of Edward Scissorhand because I think the Edward Scissorhand I have is on Blu-ray.
Love that movie.
Apparently,
Oh,
according
they
to Crystal,
canceled
they
him
canceled him again.
They canceled him again. Ay, ay, ay.
I love how they cancel everything, and then
I know.
there's some
Can't
people
wait.
still saying, yeah. And then they say cancel culture is not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also say biological women are not a thing, so.
Oh, biological sex is not real. Like
Like it's a social construct or something.
I mean, not,
Yeah,
I think we're called people who menstruate now. We're not allowed to be called women.
That's
Wait,
hilarious.
that. How can you? What about the females who are at past menopause that don't menstruate or like?
There's still people who menstruate. You can't. We didn't make the rules, man.
and then they also try to make pregnancy they call like people who give birth or something. Like,
Yeah.
Well, they tried
It's
saying
like-
a man got. They tried saying a man got pregnant, but like, legitimately, some of the transgender people I knew said no, that's not a man. That's just half-assed attempt. To
As I think the first time I seen that, I was like 10, and even then, even back then, I was like, "That's not a fucking man." Fuck off.
The transgender people that I met are actually like respectable and not didn't do it for attention. Don't like the people who do it for attention because it's an actual.
Menstruate is sexist. It has men in it.
This is true.
Oh,
Gonna
are
have
we
to find
going
a
to
new
do that
word.
whole X thing? Also, I think we've gone over time.
That's fine.
The conversation's still good. We can keep going.
Exactly. Because, like, menstruators. Even though it still has the word man in it, so maybe we have to cancel that word because we can't have man in the word. That is just, you can't do that. That is just wrong.
Well, so that also means you need to change the name of women because women also has men in it.
Oh, also
plan.
person because it has sun in it.
Oh.
Oh,
Like,
I think that's the one where they tried to change the name of history because it has.
Oh yeah, and
his-
human has man in
Yeah.
it. Oh.
What are we,
Okay.
Homo erectus? I think it is.
Oh boy.
Are we Homo erectus or Homo sapien?
Homo sapien.
Okay.
I don't want to be erectus.
Although Homo erectus is far funnier because I'm immature, but you know.
Exactly. That's why I don't want to be erect.
Okay,
I
that
don't
is
wanna be
one of the
erect.
best news stories I sent into Lords of the Night with I forget what it was, but it said the word Homo erectus several times. Scribewright, bless his soul, read it with a straight face, did not see the humor in it for whatever reason. The other two, or I think there might have been three, either way, the others all are giggling, laughing because, well, they're 12-year-olds.
Yeah, but Scribe, when it comes to the format, is like he's like a super autist when it comes to the format.
Oh, yeah.
Like if it wasn't for him, that show would probably wouldn't have much of a format.
Saki's going to start calling women the help because thinks that's more natural.
That is not more natural, Saki. That is a terrible idea. Just a terrible idea.
I'm going to end it so I can go to co-op with Blind Girl. So,
Okay, I get it. It's
Okay.
nighttime. I just gotta plan a few more things and then I'll start it.
Tonight we'll be on Blind Trucking Misanthropy at 7 Eastern. What is that, midnight GMT?
Yes.
Yep.
Be there or be some shape
Square.
parallel to triangle.